Hello,
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
How has your day been?
It's fantastic, full of beans, ecstatic. Yeah,
That's great to know. Yes. So, we are going to discuss something related to specified and generalistic approach towards things in life.
yeah, very good topic actually. I think.
Yes, sir. Well, uh, before we start, what do you consider? What do you feel about the topic today? And what do you have to say? What is your opinion about generalization and specialization?
See, I believe if you delve into one thing, you
Mm-hmm.
just go and go in deep, and you waste almost your life, and
Hmm.
you are trying for years together,
Hmm.
but finally, if you have not succeeded,
Hmm.
then you will regret throughout the life. So
Hmm.
that is why I believe
Hmm.
that you must have tried in many fields,
Oh.
and nobody knows in which field you could have succeeded or
Hmm.
you could succeed. So that is why I believe,
Hmm.
like I don't talk about scientists. That is different thing.
Okay.
Scientist, yeah, if scientists would have thought like this, then we
Hmm.
would not be sitting in this light.
Hmm.
We would not have the fans,
Hmm.
neither electricity nor fan, nothing else, nothing.
Hmm.
So that is different thing,
Hmm.
because they had a genuine and they wanted to do something, and
Hmm.
that is why they spent a lot of time
Hmm.
in that. Like
Okay.
and sometimes they also, irritated. No, it is not.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It is not like I tell you.
Hmm.
Faraday. Faraday was the scientist
Hmm.
who was inventing electricity.
Hmm.
And because I'm electrical engineer, so I was telling about that.
Hmm.
So after trying for many years, he wanted to quit,
Okay.
and he was sitting idle and thinking to
Hmm.
quit. All of a sudden, he had a magnet in his hand,
Okay.
because on the magnet and copper wires, actually, he was experimenting.
Hmm.
So he finally, in that irritation, threw
Hmm.
that magnet, threw that
Okay.
magnet, and
Okay.
this
Hmm.
magnet went into the rotor, or you can say the machine. And
Okay.
the machine had the emitter. Emitter means the instrument which measures the current.
Okay. Hmm.
And when he threw, he saw that ammeter's needle moved,
Right. Hmm. Hmm.
and he jumped like Archimedes jumped. Eureka, eureka.
Yes.
Similarly, he had the thought, oh my God, I
Hmm.
got it. I got it. And then he got that electricity. What happened actually? He
Hmm.
found, if I throw a magnet into a copper in the circle of copper,
Hmm.
it will create electricity.
Hmm.
And then
Yes.
he understood, if we rotate some magnet
Hmm.
or we rotate some copper in the
Hmm.
magnetic field, we will
Hmm.
get electricity. And this principle he invented by throwing that magnet in irritation in
Hmm.
that coil, and he got the electricity. So this
Correct.
is how Wright brothers, they
Hmm.
tried for many years, and people made fun of him always.
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
do you think? How can this iron plate can fly in the air? And
Hmm.
they believed that, they said actually, when birds can fly, why can't this iron plate will fly?
Yes.
And they tried for 16 years,
Hmm.
and then they succeeded. And I tell you today, aeroplanes, if aeroplane would not have been there, it was the dream to go to America or
Hmm.
US or
Yes.
Russia.
Yes.
Russia
That's right.
only
That's
because,
right.
if you go by ship, it would
Hmm.
take 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And today we are reaching in 9 hours or 14 hours in America, to America or to Russia. So that is why these kinds of people I'm not talking about, because
Hmm.
they engrossed, they lost themselves
Hmm.
in that field.
Hmm.
But they lost their lives also.
Correct, sir.
They
Yeah.
did not do anything. They did not marry. They did not give quality time to family. They
Hmm.
did. They did nothing
Hmm. Hmm.
other
That's
than
right.
this. So this was the
Yes.
sacrifice of them actually, and that is why we are in electricity. So, but I'm not talking about them now.
Hmm. Hmm.
I talk about the current generation or Gen Z.
Correct.
So in this
Gen Z.
generation,
Yes.
I would like to tell
Hmm.
that we should try our hand in
Hmm.
different fields.
Hmm.
Like I will give you example.
Hmm.
One lady was housewife or homemaker,
Hmm.
and she thought that she will continue this work throughout the
Hmm.
life,
Okay.
because she never thought any other thing.
Hmm.
She never knew about her. Many
Hmm.
people don't know about themselves.
Hmm.
So one day, few
Hmm.
people from her area came
Okay. Hmm.
and requested, "Ma'am, will you accompany us? We are
Okay.
going to protest against government,
Hmm.
because there are many things government is doing wrong, and
Hmm.
we want to protest against this.
Hmm.
So will you accompany us? Will you come with this?" And she, without thinking, she said, "Okay, I
Yeah.
come, I
Hmm.
come,
Hmm.
and I'll come." And she went.
Hmm.
And when protest happened,
Hmm.
that lady spoke something differently, that
Hmm.
people made her their leader.
Oh, MG. Okay. Hmm.
And then she became very popular, and then other protest was happened, and she was called. And then finally a company hired her
Hmm.
as a man, as a that the officer or manager to
Hmm.
handle the people. And
Oh,
finally she became CEO of a company.
good. Is this a real story?
It is real story. I read in the
Oh,
book.
oh,
This is the
God.
book actually that it is the name is Range, and that is
Hmm.
very nice book, I tell you.
My
So in
goodness,
that
that
book it
is
is written.
correct. Hmm.
It is written there.
Hmm.
So then she became, because I can't make these stories actually. So I
Hmm.
take from some books and etc. And then I tell here,
Okay.
so that our viewers also may be benefited.
That's
So
true.
this is
Hmm.
how you don't know, you never know
Hmm.
what capability in you, or
Hmm.
what are you capable of,
Hmm.
and what is your skill you
Yes,
are
hidden
good at.
talent.
You don't know the skill in which you are good at.
Hmm.
So that is why we must try in
That's true.
every field, and
Hmm.
not only like our students, what they do,
Hmm.
they try for in UPSC,
Yeah.
that try, but try how long? How
Hmm.
long? one
That's right.
year two
That's right.
year 3 years? They try for 6 years or
I
7 years,
know.
and
I
then
know.
when they try for 6 years and they
Hmm.
don't succeed,
Hmm.
what they do,
Hmm.
they get depressed, and
Yes,
then
yes,
they
yes.
think what to do. They don't understand what to do now,
Hmm.
because they have lost their precious 6 years
That's
in
right.
time. So,
Yes.
and I tell you, in the beginning, in early, in ancient time, or you can say in my time, it
Hmm.
was ancient time. You can treat.
Hmm.
So, in my time, what happened?
Hmm.
If a boy or girl has
Okay.
taken science in 12th class,
Hmm.
it means, see, they are going to become engineer.
Hmm.
And if they have taken maths also, then the engineer. If they have taken biology with
Hmm.
science, they are going
Doctor.
to become doctor.
Hmm.
If they have taken commerce, they are going to become chartered accountant,
That's right.
or some accountant, etc. in the company.
Hmm.
So this was the thinking process of
Hmm.
those people that time. But gradually it has changed,
Hmm.
and nowadays it is not there. It is not
Yes.
such. Now
Hmm.
parents are trying in different fields, and not only parents,
Hmm.
good schools are doing such activity in which they are teaching their children how to dance, how to
Hmm.
sing, how to play piano, how to play guitar, and how to play this basketball, tennis, chess, everything.
That's
So
right.
that is the this is the new time, and this is the correct thing, I tell you,
Hmm.
because we don't know what we in which we are good at. So if
Yeah.
you don't try, how will you come to know? Suppose
Yes.
you are just behind one thing, you are doing some same thing, then you are not trying. And I tell you
Hmm.
why Nokia could not succeed, why Nokia failed.
Hmm.
Nokia phone was very popular
Yes, yes,
in
yes.
the beginning,
The very
and
first ones.
very first one. And if it failed, why it failed? Because they did not upgrade it, updated
Oh, yeah.
themselves.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
you know Steve Jobs, whose
Yes,
phone is Apple iPhone, he it was his dream that
yes.
I will produce such a phone
Hmm.
in which my means the customer
Hmm.
will have everything,
Hmm.
and it will be robust phone, and it
Yes,
will be the best, and it will be the status symbol. This was the
yes,
dream of
yes.
this Steve Jobs, and
Yeah.
finally he invented. But it is not. It doesn't mean that he tried only this. He tried many things.
Yes, he
Then
did.
he got this phone.
Correct.
Even he was expelled from the job, or you can say in his own company, from
That's
his
right.
own company he was expelled, he
Pixels.
was fired, he was
Hmm.
fired. And then
Yes.
he started from the scratch,
Yeah.
and he became successful entrepreneur, and he introduced the Apple iPhone. And I am using, and I not only using, I have been using for 10 years.
Okay.
Different Apple, means iPhone 4, 6, 8, 10, and now it is 15,
Okay.
15 Pro. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is how Nokia failed. Kodak was the best means
Camera. Hmm.
camera, but it failed because it did not update
Hmm.
itself. So
Yes.
that is why I believe, and like I take my example.
Hmm.
My father was totally different actually, and I don't understand how he thought in that time, when people did not think. When I was in fifth class, my father gave me a pen,
Hmm.
two pens. So and I one pen I had already. So I said, Papa, I have already one pen.
Hmm.
Why these two pens? He said, go and sell in your class,
Okay. Hmm.
and it costs 20 paisa,
Hmm.
and you have to sell it in 30 paisa.
Oh. Hmm.
Each pen you will earn 10 paisa, and it will
Paisa.
be your pocket money. Yeah, that time
Okay.
paisa. Yeah, that
Yes.
time
Yes.
paisa.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that time 10 paisa was means had great value. So
Okay. Hmm.
I sold,
You
and I
did?
became very happy that I have earned 10, 20 paisa.
Nice.
And this is how my father, you can say,
Instilled. Huh.
developed that
Hmm.
skill of selling.
Hmm.
And when I was in 12th class,
Hmm.
my father opened a grocery shop.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. And he told, after coming from school, go
Hmm.
and sit, and whatever your homework of school and tuition,
Hmm.
complete there. And at
Okay.
the same time, sell the grocery items.
Oh,
And
two in one.
I
Hmm.
ran the shop,
Hmm.
grocery
Hmm.
shop.
Hmm.
So this is how I learned how
Hmm.
to sell, how to do business. And my
Hmm.
father told, they in the future it is not certain that you will get a job. Then what will you do? So
Correct.
that is why I am teaching you. I want you to learn how to sell. And this
That's
is how I grew up. And then when I was studying, I used to teach. I told you, I think, earlier.
yes,
So
yes,
I
yes.
used to teach my classmates. So
Hmm.
my father helped me. He asked his customers to
Hmm.
send his their children to my son,
My, my goodness.
my
Hmm.
son. And my
Hmm.
son teaches very well,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
really I taught very well. So one and then students started coming, and I started earning in teaching also.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when I was in 12th class, I started earning in teaching also, shop also, and many things I did.
Hmm.
And then one day I told you, my father, my television was defective, and my father
Ah,
called a
yes, yes,
TV.
yes.
And then I learned television repairing also.
My goodness, multitasking.
And when I was selected in railways, I got selected, and then I joined in Mumbai.
Hmm.
So first of all, started trying where I can get a part-time job of TV repairing,
Oh,
so
goodness.
that in the daytime I will work for railways,
Hmm.
and in the evening I will work for TVs, and
Hmm.
I will earn money. And I joined in Kandivali. I was posted at Andheri, so I joined at Kandivali shop, and for 3 hours, 6 to 9.
Hmm.
And then I earned that time it was, I think, 1500. It was too much that time. For
Okay.
3 hours, 1500.
Okay.
It is more than means 20,000 or 25,000
Okay.
nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was because it was actually 83, 1983.
Okay. Right. Right. Huh.
1983, you cannot imagine, you would not have born. So that is why, that is how I did that. And when I was transferred from Mumbai to Agra,
Hmm.
then in Agra, this business did not, I could not run the business because people didn't give money what I
Oh, oh,
wanted.
okay.
In
The
Mumbai,
TV
I
business.
got in Mumbai, everybody, people were rich actually. Their
Hmm.
Gujaratis are very rich,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
they gave whatever I wanted.
Hmm.
Means, I tell you one example. In a TV, one coil was defective. It cost 25 rupees.
Hmm.
So my owner of the shop told me that, give him 7 days time
Hmm.
and tell him that your television has got moisture and
Hmm.
its plate has been burnt,
Hmm.
so it costs 600 rupees,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
and give him after 6 days.
Okay. Hmm.
And then as soon as customer went, put the coil and started TV. He said, oh, switch off, switch off. What if the customer came again, then comes again,
Okay.
he will see.
Hmm.
Only start after 6 days, so
Oh.
that I can earn 600. So
Hmm.
this was the time. And then means people gave money. So
Hmm.
when I came to Agra, here
Hmm.
people, mostly Bania families. So
Okay. Kind
Bania,
of misers,
normally it is
most of
treated
them.
that it is assumed that they are little miser.
Hmm.
So they did not give me 35 rupees service charge. They only gave me 10 rupees.
Uh-oh. Hmm.
Then I stopped it and I started teaching again.
Hmm.
And then I taught for 14 years there. And math, but that time mathematics. My favorite subject was mathematics. So
Hmm.
I taught that. And when I came to Delhi in 2000, then I was so busy, occupied, I could
Hmm.
not do anything. But
Okay.
when I got retired, I started again the same, and I'm
Right.
doing here. So this is how I tell you,
Hmm.
I have master, jack of all and
Hmm.
master of none. So I
Hmm.
am trying to become master of something now.
Yes, yes. Okay. You have tried that as well. And you were
Yeah,
successful.
yeah,
And I think the credit goes to your father,
yeah,
who
my father.
instilled all those things at a very young age. And you were accepting very well. And you learned a lot from whatever he taught
I
you.
explored myself for
Yes,
everything,
yes.
in everything, and
Yes.
I got success in many things actually. I tell you,
Yes.
and yeah, so that is
Have
why
you been
I,
a workaholic?
pardon.
Have you been a workaholic?
No, no, not at all. Only in case of teaching, I because it is my passion. I tell you, when I was in railway, that was not cup of tea. That was not my cup of tea, because I
Hmm.
never reached on time to my job.
Hmm.
Whereas when I give classes here
Hmm.
at it is a 9 to 12, 11.
Hmm.
I reach always 5 minutes before.
Okay.
You
Right.
can understand. So
Yes,
this is
yes.
my passion. So it was not my passion. I joined railways to earn money
Right.
actually. And I realized after that, after joining this college, etc.
Right. So could you open the chat box? I have typed some things for you. I think I have already got the answer for this. I typed it at the beginning of the session itself. So you have already answered this. Is it better to have a specific approach towards one certain goal and work on it until success achieved?
Yeah, I don't agree with this.
Yes. Okay. And the second one, is it good to have tried multiple skills and master some of them, as we are not sure about depending on one single option in life?
Yeah, why it is so, I tell you, this is correct
Hmm.
actually. I agree,
Hmm.
because when I came to Delhi,
Hmm.
and I was posted in RDSO. It was
Hmm.
actually research and development of railways. And
Okay.
I had to inspect cables, instruments, equipments, many things.
Hmm.
So my boss asked me to make sampling of the inspection,
Okay.
so on computer.
Hmm.
And I didn't know how to operate computer, because
Okay.
when I was in Agra, there was no computer. I did not have any computer. I never
Hmm.
operated, never used
Hmm.
computer.
Hmm. Hmm.
So first time it was, my boss told. So I had to say, sir, I don't know
Hmm.
how
Hmm.
to use computer. Then my boss taught me,
Oh.
and then I started using. And when
Hmm.
I joined railway board after that, I was perfect. I could do anything. Even sometimes I used to tell my boss how to use this operation, and
Okay.
this is how I learned. So
Mm,
I believe that if anything, any new
mm,
thing
mm,
came to my way or came into my life, I
mm,
learned it. And
mhm,
today you can see I am talking on your laptop. I am
mm,
using it for
mm,
offline, online, everything. Offline
mm,
I teach, online also I teach. I can
mm,
teach, I don't teach, but I
mm.
know how to do because Zoom, etc. I know everything. So
Okay.
now I have learned many things in
Mhm,
computer and Excel, Word, everything. So how? Because
mm,
I wanted to learn. It
mm,
was my habit, or you
mm.
can say hobby, to learn new things, and that
Right.
is why I'm trying. I believe that I can learn anything, and
That's right.
that is beneficial for me. I got
Mm.
benefits.
They say the sign of a good teacher is the teacher is always open to learn new things. So that is what you are about.
Yes, definitely.
Mm,
I'm always about, and I tell you sometimes when I was in British Council, I was taking some classes. I was
mm.
learning some skills, English skills, like
Okay.
day to day, and IELTS also I did.
Mm.
So sometimes I pointed out my teacher also, and
Mm.
they were very learned. But the students who are with me, with the classmates, used to tell, "Sir, why don't you teach? Why? Because you can teach well." What
Mm.
happened one day teacher told, this is not suggestion. Then I said, yes ma'am, I know that it is
Mm.
suggestion,
Mm.
and this is digestion, I know that.
Mm.
So she told, yes, yes, it is pronunciation, you must remember, but there is no rule.
Mhm.
And by the way, she told this, and I told, no ma'am, there is rule.
Mm. Mm.
I know the rule.
Okay.
And all the boys started looking at,
Mm.
he has just argued with teacher, and
Okay.
how
Mm.
will he
Mm.
reply now? Then
Mm.
I said, ma'am,
Mm.
the rule is if
Mm.
S comes before TION, it
Mm.
becomes SHA,
Mm.
like question. And
Mm.
question everybody knows, but digestion and suggestion nobody knows. So
Yeah.
I told, this is the rule, ma'am.
Mm.
Any word
Mm.
in which TION is there in the last,
Mm.
and you put S before this, it will become cha.
Mm.
And then she kept silent. And then she said, she asked, where do you learn it? I
Mm.
said, in this British Council only, ma'am.
Okay. So do
From
you
some other
con
teacher. Yeah, from some other
okay.
teacher.
So I think you conduct IELTS classes as
Yeah, yeah.
well?
I,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, I can conduct, but I don't. But I advise
Mm.
when students ask me how to
Mm.
prepare for IELTS, I tell. I know the techniques
Yes.
actually. Yeah.
Yes. So there's the last thing I have typed there. Can you give me an example between investing time and wasting time related to skills?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Difference between investing time and wasting time. Ma'am, I want to say
Mm.
that wasting time means actually if you are spending your time,
Mm.
but it is not fruitful. You are not getting
Mm.
anything
For
out
example,
outcome.
social media.
Yeah, yeah, in social media. If I'm suppose I'm using social media
Mm.
and I'm learning something, and
Mm.
I have learned some new thing today,
Mm.
it means I have not wasted my time.
Yeah.
And if I did not learn anything and I scrolled in many reels,
Mm.
many videos, it is waste of time.
That's right.
Simple. If you
That's
have learned a single thing from that
mm.
video or
Mm.
that social media, then you did not waste your time. You invested your time.
Yes, that's right. That's right. One thing I have, what can you say? I have discovered about you today is you are an excellent storyteller.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
uh,
because in the middle, I asked you also, was that real and all? The way you were expressing yourself as if it had really happened with you, you have actually witnessed it live, something like that. Yeah, and a person who is good in storytelling is definitely regarded as a very impactful communicator. So that was a nice sight to see about Srivastav sir. So it was.
sometimes I think, ma'am, that if I go to crack interviews, I can crack now. Because I have this quality of cracking, because answering the questions of many experts on Englishyaari. So,
Mm. Yes,
so
yes,
I
that's
have
right.
developed this quality to crack the interview. If I go, so they will ask question. and I have to reply. So I
Yes,
will
yes.
not feel that I'm answering in Englishari or in interview.
Yes, yes. And the same thing, if you use it for your students who come to you regularly, they will be ever grateful to you.
Definitely, my students always are grateful to me, and they appreciate.
Yes.
But I tell you, when my last class was there in IGNU, my
Hmm.
students were very sad, and I asked one girl, "Why are
Hmm.
you sad today? What happened?"
Hmm.
Sir, this is our last class, sir.
Hmm. Hmm.
I will not be able to attend any class.
Hmm.
So that is why I'm sad, sir. So this
Okay.
is how I believe that I teach well.
Right, right. So on that note, I think it's time to conclude this session. It was a great session with you, sir, as usual. Thank you for a wonderful session and have a delightful evening ahead.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.